YouTube for the last show of the year. Oh my God, the last
The
show.
last Monday fun day of 2024.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Charlotte was getting all set up, and I was doing promotions last minute. Telling everybody to, hey, come on over here. Dan's in the chat room. Krista's in the chat room. Mornita, Maria's in there. Angela, did I say Angela yet?
Yeah.
Angela.
No, but you just said it. Hey, sending
We got
out
a whole
our
bunch, and Sean G. We got a whole bunch of people, Charlotte, already. Glass
wow.
show.
Whoop 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 whoop.
Hey, so real quick, before anything else, I'm just gonna get those cards of the day out of the way. I got the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands. So what's going on with that is when a Page of Wands and a Seven of Swords appear together in a reading, it suggests that you need to be careful of new opportunities that appear too good to be true. And here we are going into a new year. A lot of people are going to be thinking of New Year's resolutions, starting new projects, new things, and just be a little careful. Someone might be trying to deceive you, or there just might be hidden obstacles that you need to be aware of before you move forward. This combination could indicate a need for caution when it comes to taking risks or pursuing new projects. Yeah, so just keep that all in mind as we go into 2025. A lot of new opportunities for everybody. Yay. We are going into a 9 year. It's the end of the cycle, Charlotte.
That ties into the story that I was starting to tell just before you went, wait, we've got to get on.
Yeah, let's tell the story on air instead of you telling it to me and then we get on air and then you tell me again.
So, are you done with part of the day? Are you done with the part of the day?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
So first of all,
Go ahead.
I want to send my love to Dan and Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Sending so much love to them. And but as
Michelle
I was
couldn't be here with us.
as I was getting ready to I actually got my crap together early today and was out running my errands and stopped to grab a coffee to drink while we were doing the show. And right as I pulled up, the time was 3:33, so 9. And then I happened to look over and I found my this is one of the first crystals I ever bought as a lapis lazuli.
It's pretty.
And
Looks like
crystal
cobalt blue.
it is. That's what I love about this is this color of blue.
Mm-hmm.
But this it disappeared probably I hadn't even had it a week in it and it disappeared. And people who are crystal keepers know this. They know that crystals will wink in and out of they'll wink in and out of your possession at any given time,
Uh-huh.
really. I mean, I've never had one like disappear right out of my hand, but there'll be one sitting on the shelf and it'll be there, and then all of a sudden it won't be there. And you'll look everywhere for it and it won't be there. So this disappeared for probably 3 years. And I found it a couple of months ago and then it promptly disappeared again.
Oh boy.
And today at 3:33, as I was getting my coffee, it showed up again. So there's something going on with this lapis lazuli that the energy of this needs to be here with us. And also 333, so Mr. Numerology. I mean, I don't know if the 3 3, I know there's more to 333 than it just being 9, but um I don't have my number book handy to look up what the the angel number 333 meaning. But
Sure.
I just thought it was so interesting that this thing showed itself today, finally, after 4 years. And I feel like it's, you know, with me to stay now. But yeah, it's it's quite a heavy crystal. The amazing color, some pretty cool energy that comes off of it. But ironically, it's not just this piece of lapis lazuli. It's any piece of lapis lazuli that I purchased, even after this, would disappear within a few weeks. So I was not meant to have this energy until today, and now it's back. And here we are on our last. And I'm a little bit chilly, so I'm a little bit shaky here. But
Mm-hmm.
um,
Hi, Linda.
for our last show of our last Monday Fun Day show, getting ready for the other hump day coming up on Thursday,
The first show of the year.
the last show and the first show. So
Yep.
anyway,
Michelle's
yeah.
in the chat. Hi, Michelle. Michelle made
And
it
so
in. Linda's in there. Yep. So this 9 year, we're going into a 9 year. Today, this year was an 8, and it was the flow of prosperity, and now it's the end of the cycle, and you need to choose what you want to hold on to in 2025 moving forward, because in 2026 it's going to be a 1 year. It's the start of a brand new 9 year cycle. Now that's the universal or world year. We each have our own personal year. I think I'm going into a personal year of 4, and 4 is about education, stability, structure, painting, redecorating, all that kind of stuff, but also learning some new stuff, teaching new stuff, or teaching stuff you love, or going back to school or taking a course. The shadow side for a 4 year, it's, because of the structure, it could be a little rigid. So inflexibility, a bit of perfectionism going on in a 4 year. It's a year when you want stability, but don't rule out taking risks. So that's a 4 personal year that I'm going into. But the entire world, it's a 9 year. What do you want to release? What's no longer serving you? People, places, and things that are no longer serving you. This may be the year you decide to, clear it all away, make room for the new to come in. That might be literally cleaning house, cleaning out the closets, the garage, donating unused items. If basically you look in the closet, you look in the garage, you haven't touched something for, Charlotte, you haven't touched for 6 months, a year, 6 years, come on. Are you ever going to use that? Come on, clear stuff out. There might be a little, wanderlust going on, packing boxes in anticipation of a move. Some of us might be moving. People tend to come to you for advice and your intuition, particularly on, 9 world years, 2 and 7. And also if your personal year is a 2, 9, or 7, I'll tell you about calculate those in just a second. But issues may come with family members, so create some space. And it can be emotional and physical space as well that you might need to create. Other people may want to pull you in different directions, so look out for that. So go within and ask yourself what you really want. It's a year to celebrate your uniqueness in a 9 year, and go for what you truly desire and release the opinions of others. Let it all go, folks, and then you can prepare yourself, and maybe you don't have to do the whole year, but like in the beginning of the year, start doing that, maybe even starting right now, moving forward. And then after 1 or 2 or 3 months, the rest of the year, set yourself up for that 9 year cycle that's starting in 2026. You know, new careers, new projects, new housing, new relationships, all that kind of stuff. Set yourself up.
Wait,
Yep.
back up just a bit. You said set yourself up for 2026.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what I mean. Take 2025, which is a 9 year. It's the end of the cycle. It's when you let go of things that are no longer serving you. And then set yourself up this year for next year, because that's when everything really starts. It's a brand new cycle beginning
And
just
so
a year from
2026 is a one.
one. Yeah. Beginning of a new cycle. And it's going to be great. Like, if the timing is right for you, like for me personally, the timing couldn't be better. Like, I'm ready to start some things. I'm going to get the foundation for it going this year, because I'm in a personal year of 4 about foundations and structure anyway. And so I'll be able to hit the ground running by 2026. Not that you have to wait. You can start, a new project, a new
Yeah.
career, a new business. What I'm saying is, for most people, because the world year number one is next year, 2026, not 2025, 2026, a year from now, it's a whole new cycle, and yeah, this numerology stuff, it works, but I understand, it's like, if you're ready to start a new business, I'm not going to tell you in a 6 year don't start, or a 3 year don't start. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though, is you can set yourself up for really great success by following the cycles and knowing that next year is 2025, is the 9 year when you let go of everything, and then take time after you've let go emotionally and physically, you know then get ready for 2026, because that's when it's a 1 year and it all takes off, that 9 year cycle. So just set yourself up, but you also need to know what your personal year number is. So the world year number is easy. So 2025, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. That's why it's a 9. And then next year, 2026, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's a 1 year in 2026. So 9, 2025, 1 year, 2026. But where are you in your personal year number? Okay, so you take the month you were born and add it to the day. So I was born on the 16th of June. So 6 plus 16 is 22, master builder number. But you further reduce that down, 2 plus 2 is 4. And then you just add that to whatever the world year number is. So next year, the 9, 4 plus 9 is 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. That's why I'm in a 4 year. The following year, I'll be in a 5 year. That is the year of chaos, but you have a lot of energy to get things done. And see, my own personal situation is a great learning example for everybody out there. So the 1 year starts 2026. This year, 2025, coming up is the 9, where I talked about letting go and everything. But you have to pay attention to where you are in the cycle. So I'm going into a 4 year, which is perfect structure, foundation. I can start up, new career moves, new businesses, things like that. But I'm going into a 1 world year. Yay. But it's a 5 personal year for me. So I got to be careful. Things can really take off because you have a lot of energy in a 5 year. In 2026 is when I'm going into the 5 year, but I got to be careful because it can spiral out of control really quickly. So see, that's why you need to know your personal year, where you are in your 9 year cycle, and then what the world is in, because it's two different things, and you got to look at the energies and how they interact with each other. So anyway, just a little information there, and then on the first show of 2025, this coming Thursday, we'll talk more about this. Are you talking, Charlotte? I'm not hearing anything. You're on mute.
Yep, I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning, when the animals are making noise or when I'm making noise. Mute button is my friend. All right. So would I be two? Because I'm four. It's 425, which is 11, right?
Is that right?
Plus 9 makes it 20. So 2 plus 0 is 2.
I got to keep my
So
calculator out in case people want me to calculate this for them and stuff.
four,
So,
so 4, the month is 4,
mhm.
the day is 25.
Oh,
So that's 11
29, 11.
plus
So two plus five. What are we going into? We're going into the nine. So
9.
yeah, so that's 11 again. So next year is a master illuminator year for you, in addition to being a 2 year. So you're only a couple years off from the world year. So we're having a 9 year and year two, and then in the 1 year you'll be going into a three, which is really good because it's creativity. You can really set things up going
But I
in.
want to know. Okay, but that's great about all those years. But I want to know about. I want to know about the year coming up. So you said it
Yep.
was.
It's a two.
Yeah, and so that's a. Tell me about two. Let's talk. Let's
So
talk about me. Let's
so
talk
you know
about me.
twos are relationships, and two things coming together. Um, in a 2 year, you're supposed to choose what you want to love or what you love and cultivate harmony in your life, your home, your relationship. It's a good year to bring in like new relationships with new people, spice things up a bit if you're already in a romantic relationship. Um, in a 2 year, our psychic senses tend to be heightened. Our intuition is our ally in a 2 year. Follow your gut. We should always do that, but it's just heightened. You'll notice a little bit more than normal. Maybe not a lot of us that use our intuition all the time because we're reading cards, but for the average person, they're going to be spot on things, and it can be surprising. um of course, two is the first balanced number, so you want to keep your balance. You might find yourself assisting in mediating or negotiating situations. People will be coming to you because you're a good listener. um and with relationships, with it being a 2 year, yeah, do a lot of listening. Keep a gratitude journal is recommended in a 2 year, especially. Write down 5 things to be grateful for every day. You know a lot of this stuff you do every year, but it's just what's heightened in a 2 year. Sometimes you can feel a bit more sensitive in a 2 year, so that's kind of like the other side of the coin to this. Is you might feel a little clingy, be a little codependent in a 2 year. Um, but oh, you're gonna love this. You're supposed to fall in love with yourself this year, and above all, listen to your intuition. So that's a little bit about a 2 year. And it's so funny because we did that reading for you a couple shows back, remember? And what I got was, oh, you're here to learn to love yourself, and so you can help other people. And then that's exactly what a 2 year is. Oh my god. Very.
Well, and I was just gonna say, so my 2 year really, I feel like has already started. Has already, I mean, it's already ramping up because everything he said has already started to happen. And
Mhm.
you and I were chatting the other day, and I was talking about doing some more, getting back into the practice of doing some free form writing. Asking the question.
Yeah.
And like the first question I asked, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but everything that came into that was like, um, love yourself, learn to love yourself, be
Wow.
kind to yourself. I mean, it was just like the whole thing was just like every iteration of love yourself. that you can think of. And remember, and the other thing was, and but I think this was to help me love myself, was like, remember things that
Mm-hmm.
made you happy as a child, bring that forward. You've left all that stuff behind that you used to love so much, that um and you've let the world kind of pollute you, as it were. I don't know where that phrase came from. I've never used, but but that's basically what it is. I've let
Yeah.
that the innocent love, because I mean, I seriously loved everybody when I was, for a long time. And I mean, I was bullied quite a bit as a child, because I've always been
Mm-hmm.
overweight, so I was bullied quite a bit. I mean, boohoo, right? I mean, that's not an oh poor me thing. That's just a fact of life, right? That everybody's got their thing that they've got to deal with in life. But even with that bullying, I don't know if I wasn't smart enough to, I'd be like, oh, they meant that yesterday, but they don't mean it today. So, so I love them still. And I
Yep.
mean, that's how I was. I mean, I adored everybody. And now I am like Ebenezer Scrooge or whatever. I'm like, bah humbug. F
Well, we
you.
got to
Get out
get
of my
you out of
way.
that this year, Charlotte. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh, questions in the chat. By the way, Linda said that her life path is a 9. Dan just said, I think he's going into a 9 personal year. And so Linda was asking, well, what if your life path is the same number as the world year number? Okay, what that means is you're in alignment with the world year. And um you probably, I think you always will be. I think. Yeah. I mean, um, or am I thinking, oh, I'm thinking of if your personal year's matching up with your world year, not the life path. Okay, so the life path, if you're a life path 9 and you're going into a 9 year, I mean, this is literally your year. So if you're a life path 1, when we get to 2026, that's going to be your year, you know. Life path, also attitude. If your attitude number is the same as the world year number, maybe even your destiny number, but mostly I look at life path or attitude, and those come from your birth date. The destiny number comes from your name, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so I just have to say, and I hope this isn't jinxing it, so I'm going to knock on some wood here. I mean, already, this is like one of the funnest shows we've had in a long time on,
Don't
even
jinx
though,
it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, don't you agree though? I mean, I think the
Well, we
energy
had
of this
that
show,
one. What was it? Last Thursday, I think. It was really good last
it
Thursday.
was.
Yeah. But yeah, this is going great so far. There's a lot of great chat going on in the chat room. By the way, if you have a question, throw it in there. If you want a message from the universe, throw that in there.
Otherwise, Dax and I can talk forever.
Yeah, yeah. And I love
I
talking
mean,
about,
truly, there's seriously, we can, you pick a topic.
well, this
You
time
don't
of
even have
year
to.
too, at the end of the year and the very end of the year and all through January, even into February. I love talking about and educating people on, the personal year numbers, the world year number, because it sets you up for success. And like I said, you don't have to follow the energy necessarily, but it's just better. It's like you can row your boat upstream against the current and you might make it to where you want to go, but it's a lot easier just to go with the current. Right? So, if you're in a 5 personal year, yep, don't sign contracts, don't buy a new house, even a refrigerator or a car, don't get married, don't have kids. You don't do anything big in a 5 year, as an example. Now, do people get married in a 5 year? Yes. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Okay. But if you could wait to a 6 year, to the very next year, you're going to be even better off. Things are going to flow so much easier. Um, that's what I mean about understanding what the cycles are and following the cycle energy. You don't have to, but it just makes things so much easier. And if you know what your life path is and you know what your attitude number is, it makes life so much easier. Well, I've been struggling to do this thing. And then when we look at your chart and in the life path and the attitude, it's like, and I've been working in this industry, and we look and your numbers are totally incompatible with whatever that is, being an engineer. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be an engineer. Your numbers, your life path, your attitude says this. And yeah, can you be an engineer? Sure. But you're rowing upstream against the current, and a lot of times that's the case too. Like I'll do a reading for somebody and I'll do their numerology and I'll explain what the numbers mean, and people will say to me, "Oh, I'm 180 degrees the opposite way. Oh, I'm totally the opposite of that." Well, yeah, you're working the energy in the negative.
Yeah.
You're paddling upstream.
Right, but I will add to that though. And I mean, and totally bowing down and acknowledging that, you are the number guru, and you know, I'm 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 a Padawan. I'm just, a mere uh humble student of it. Um, but as with anything, especially for these ones that are like, this is your year, that still doesn't mean you can sit on your butt and expect things and expect your life to
No, I
magically
say the
exist.
opposite. I say the opposite. Let me clear that up real quick because I don't want people to get confused. Charlotte. Um, what I'm saying is by being aware of what the energies are, you can take advantage of the energies.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you
I
sit,
didn't
if
think
you're
that.
if you're in an 8 year that's supposed to be a year of abundance and harvest, but you sit on your couch all day eating chips, you're not going to see a flow of abundance just because you're in an 8 year. You have to actually do the work. What
Yeah,
I'm saying is take advantage of the energies. Take
yeah,
advantage of it. Yeah, like look at this year that you're going into. You're going into a two personal year. Relationships. Communication for you will become easier in a 2 year. You'll find you're like total Mercury, just, silver tongued, people are going to respond to you. Take advantage of that. Go out there, talk to people, set up partnerships, get clients. People will be more receptive to being your client because in a 2 year, relationship communication, and when I say relationship, I'm not talking just interpersonal, I'm not talking about just, it includes that, but not just romantic relationships. I'm talking about business partners, um people you partner up with for other things, clients,
yeah,
suppliers, everything.
yeah. Anybody you interact with, basically.
Yep, just take advantage of it. I'm
Yeah,
looking in the chat here, see if anybody, I have to scroll all the way back because trying to see who had the first question. So I know Sean had one, but let's see. I I think Sean's might be the first question. I know a lot of people commented. Maria said, uh, we've been 98% accurate on information we've given her. And she's been going through some hard times and stuff, so she's thankful for being here. And Sean G, that's Shauna. She asked, how will or is it Shawnette? Can't remember now. Do you
it's
remember Sean?
Shawnette.
I think it's Shawnette. Yeah. So we just call her Sean,
It's
but she put
Shawnette.
Sean. Yeah.
Shawnette.
And how will the next week be for me? Ooh. And it's the new year too. So you want to pull some cards on that? Well, how will be the next
Sure.
week? Yeah, for Sean. Sean, Sean, Sean. And by the way, if you want to grab us a cup of coffee, here's the link. I'll put it in the chat here. If you're enjoying the show, if you get a lot out of this, let's see, coffee. There we go. Psychic.cafe/coffee. You can come and grab a cup of coffee. Grab us a cup of coffee, and we'd appreciate that. It's like our tip jar. What's the next question?
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so
Yep.
we've got the first card is the Dragon's Sword, which is protecting the future. And so, you know, we always know that I think you can see I think with this setup, I think you can see my cards a lot better too.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a lot better. That's gorgeous too, by the
so
way. Dragon's Horde, my kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, the artwork on this deck is anyway. So, we all those stories we hear about dragons, they've always got their hordes of gold. They've got their and what I'm feeling
The
about this
dragon
card.
ring.
Oh, cool, coolness,
That's what I got for
Coolio.
Christmas. Yay.
Oh, somebody knew Dax. Somebody knew what Dax would like. But anyway, but what if you'll notice this dragon's got some keys hanging off, so it's the key to the what I'm feeling about this card is um there's a very small fraction of it as it pertains to material possessions, but the real hoard is the love that you have in your heart, the people that you love, the people that love you, and that um I know this is only for this week, but I feel it spreading out into the year. But I'm feeling like this week is gonna be a week of like, pretty intense happiness, overflowing love. And in fact, this is one of those things where and I don't know why it always hits me here, but I almost feel like I've got something that's just like my heart and my chest is just like on whoop, it's just like my heart is huge and um just so overflowing with love. And that's the hoard that's what we need to protect. We don't it's like I was talking about, don't let pollution into that. Keep that pure. Keep that if you can, call in like Archangel Michael to help protect you, or if you believe in the dragons, call the dragons in to help keep, just all the positive influence and love around you. And then I pulled a second card, which is the Netcaster, and it's preparations come to fruition. So again, um, it's the end of the year. What are we going to see happening here? It is, is the end of the year going to end the way you thought? Are you going to be ready? I mean, basically, it's what we've been talking about so far this whole show today. Uh, are you going to be ready for what's to come with this 9 year coming up? Um, so again, you know, keep your loved ones happy, keep you happy, and then all and call on all the preparations that you've made over the past year. And because
Yep.
I feel like you've had a ton of growth over this last year. I mean, that's kind of what's coming through is like, I feel like there may have been some struggles that have happened along this year, but your growth has been exponential. And again, I know you only asked for a week, but I'm just giving you what's coming through.
Ah,
Um, I mean, I can cut it off if you want, but is like next year is gonna be, is gonna be even bigger and better. So that's what I got for you, Sean. That I hope that helped. That was a cool reading. That left me with some really kind of jiggly, cool
yeah.
energy.
Okay, got lots of questions and things popping up here. First of all, Rena came in as well and said, subscribe. Yeah, that's cool. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe and like the video as well. And we just got monetized, at least the first level, but we still need to get, I think we have 600 and something, almost 700 subscribers. We still have to get to that 1,000, and we're over 3,000 watch hours. We have to hit 4,000. That's for the
Yeah,
full monetization. So
yeah,
subscribe. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. And yes, Rena, I got your question. I put it in the queue. I actually never do this, but I started a list, Charlotte, because so much is coming in, I'm losing track. So I didn't want to have to keep going through the whole what do you call it? Chat. So I think I've got
yeah,
everything. Starting
yeah,
with Ladybug, when will I get another vehicle? Okay, so it's actually looking really good. I got the Three of Cups for you, Ladybug. So it is suggesting that it's going to involve some of your girlfriends or friends in general, that you're going to be able to get a car through that avenue. Okay, and then and this is perfect. I mean, Nine of Pentacles. I mean, that is perfect for receiving something. And again, it's the nine. But I'm saying it could happen as fast as 9 days. If you get with your friends and look at different possibilities, who's got an extra vehicle? I mean, they might even let you borrow it for a while if um maybe they're not selling it quite yet, or maybe they're selling it and you need to buy it over time or something. There might be a situation where it's like, well, it's just sitting there. Why don't you use it? Check all your friends and your friends friends and your family and the family's friends, and just, it's friends. Look, Three of Cups. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Linda had a question. What is an attitude number? Okay, so the attitude number, as I said, is you add the birth month and the birthday that you were born on together. That's your attitude number. And then that plus the year you were born, that whole thing, uh, June 16th, 19, whatever, you add it all across. That's your life path number. Your life path is, life path, attitude, attitude. I mean, this, there's, there's no rocket science here, folks. Your destiny number. Yep. Secret soul urge number. Obviously, what your soul urges, but it's secret. We don't know about it. Personality number. Personality number. Obviously, that is what people first notice about you. And they notice your personality, and that's what that number describes. Attitude, exact same thing. Well, not the same thing, obviously, but very similar to the personal, or I'm sorry, your personality number. It's one of the first things people recognize about you. They don't know your life path and they don't know your history, but they're going to get your attitude right away. And your attitude number, just shows a lot of that predisposition, I should say. So as an example, I'm 6/16, my month and birth date, right? So 6 plus 16 is 22, the master builder number. I actually have, I think, I gotta double check. It's been so many years since I did my own, but I have at least two master numbers, if not three, in my chart. It's insane. Like my life path number is 33, the master healer, master teacher number. and that reduces to a 6. Attitude is a 4. So 22, master builder number, which reduces to 4. 4 is structure, like I said before. Think about the 4 compass points. Think about 4 walls to make, a very basic building room. A table with 4 legs, the most sturdy, right? Foundations, blueprints, plans. That's what the 4 energy is. So what does this mean as far as attitude? Okay, so people that have a 4 attitude tend to gravitate towards things that have structure. So a lot of architects are 4 life paths or 4 attitudes. A lot of people in the military are 4 attitudes or 4 life paths. Mary Brown, that used to be my co-host on Saturdays, she is a 4 life path. She was in military intelligence. Yes, the oxymoron in the Army. I was in the Air Force. I have a 4 attitude. I was in the Air Force. And they tend to, be first responders, police. Actually, I was a cop in the Air Force. Double. you know, I mean, I am so 4 energy, and it took a lot for me to get beyond that. It also tends to be very heavy left brain, as opposed to like a 6 might be more right brain artistic. So it took me a lot to become more artistic, and I had to work on it. But see, by knowing what the numbers are, you know what your strengths are, and then also what to work on. Yeah. So long way around there, Linda, but that's what an attitude number is. And just add up your birth month and day and keep adding those digits together till you get to a single digit. And if you calculate that and you want me to let you know, I'll look it up for you. And then who's next? Oh, it's Maria. Maria. I'm wondering what's going to happen with me and Philip. I feel like I don't want to be with him no more. Didn't we tell her this? Um, Too much betrayal, lies, and crap from him. But I know I have given up earlier. Is this the same person that we read on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to step in here and be a little
Okay.
bit rowdy because
Yes. Time for rowdy reader time.
Maria, I love you to pieces, and you and I have spent a fair bit of time chatting, not, not on the show. Girlfriend, you keep asking the same question. We keep giving you the same answer. So I'm not sure how we can help you.
Exactly.
It seems like you keep asking, hoping that we're going to give you the answer that you want. And that's not going to come from us. If you want to try to manifest that, and as I say that, I'm going to qualify this by saying that you cannot manifest for Philip. You can manifest for yourself and hope that Philip is comes into your life, but you cannot manifest what he does in his life. Now, I'm going to say, just because, you know, even what you just said, I mean, that I'm not going to say anything that we talked about, but what you have just said, girlfriend, why would you not respect yourself enough to just walk away from him? Yes,
Exactly.
you've got some years invested in him, but everything, again, tonight is a super intuitive night for me tonight. Maybe it's that piece of lapis that I found, but everything in my being is saying it's just going to be heartache after heartache after heartache, and that there is somebody that is so much better for you. And you need to love yourself enough to walk away from that person. Yeah, unless you like being that unhappy. Because this has got to be the third or fourth week now that, or third or fourth show at least, that we've talked about it. And then you and I have talked about it behind the scenes. And sweetheart, respect yourself, love yourself,
Uh-huh.
and because and as long as you've got that person filling that spot, there's no room for anybody else to come in. And you know, it seems like there's always people who are like they can't let go of the one they've got till they've got somebody else. That doesn't really work that great. You've got to respect yourself enough to make a clean cut, move on,
Yep.
and make space for the new one to come in and take over the space that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm gonna that's what I've got to say. I don't need to pull a card. The intuition on that
Right.
tonight is like
But can I jump in? Can I
huge.
jump in, Charlotte?
You
Because
absolutely can jump in.
I did draw cards, and this is what I was going to do. I was going to, do my 5 card yes no, and just, because of the way she worded it, everything, I was just going to go, okay, like, should she be done with it, and I got an 8, then I got a 10, and I stopped right there. I didn't even do the rest of the cards, and I'm going to show you why. 8 of Pentacles, big fat yes to that answer. 10 of Swords, big fat yes, but it's the frickin' 10 of Swords. Come on, it's over. It's dead and buried. Just anyway, perfect card to get for that, Charlotte. No,
Yeah, exactly. And it's I know that you again, I feel that you really want this to work out so well. As we all do after we've invested our time, energy, and given you given a piece of our heart to this person, welcomed this person into our lives, and then they just crap all over us. And we're like,
mm-hmm.
oh, but and the thing is and I suspect there's some of this going on is people aren't like that 24/7. They're like that
Yeah.
24/5 maybe. And
Oh,
so those 2 days of the week that are good, then there's just enough hope to keep you hooked,
mm-hmm.
to keep reeling you in, to keep you dangling on that hook.
So let's just do
And
a few more and get out of here because it's like already
yeah,
7. And
yeah,
Maria says, no, it can't really work with me and F. I just got to deal with it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yep, exactly. Jupiter came in too, and Ladybug and everything. So we got a few questions here. We just want to get through these really quick. Krista wants to know, um, will I be moving in 2025? Do you want to pull cards for Krista?
I think yeah, shit. Well, I don't have my pendulum out. I'm gonna let you do that one because you're better at yes no answers than I am.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you start then on? Well, this one, they're all yes no answers though. That's questions. That's the
All
problem.
right.
So
You do
Charlotte,
that one
no,
and I'll look
Charlotte,
for my
Charlotte. Let me do the moving one because Rena asked, and by the way, her name's Alicia, and she said something to, and this is funny. This is where I'm going to get Rowdy Reader on you. Because
Yay.
she no on Rena because she said my
No.
name's Alicia, and I was like, okay, then why does your account say Rena? You can go in and you can change your name. And then also she says, you've got to do this reading under my name, Rena. No, I don't. She said, no, she said, you got to do it under my name, Alicia. And I'm like, no. To be honest with you, the cards don't give a shit. It's what,
Yeah.
yeah, you are who you are. The energy of you is the energy of you. We don't care what your name is. So I'm sorry. I'm being a little rag reader on
Yeah.
Alicia.
The universe isn't gonna like mix up isn't gonna.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Krista's right now. Will I be moving in 2025? Meanwhile, pull cards for Alicia. Yeah, I'm dumping Alicia on you. You know, will my boyfriend
God.
Vivek? Anyway,
It
it's
doesn't matter.
Vivek. Again, names. Don't give a shit. Don't give me your birth date. I don't care unless I'm doing your numerology. Uh, is thinking to reunite with me.
Oh God.
It's one of those, is he going to reunite with me? The answer is always no, but we will pull some cards and see what comes up. Meanwhile, I'm going to do Krista. Will I be moving into it? Yes, we're doing rowdy readers. Get
Yes,
over it.
because I'm
Get over
sorry.
it.
I got. Wait, are you going first or am I?
I'm going first because I'm doing Krista's. Will
Okay.
she be moving in 2025? And I'm giving you time to pull cards and get ready
Well,
for
I
the
already know the
Alicia.
answer, but that's okay.
Okay. Um, let's see here. This is not looking good. No, no, no. I'm sorry. This is not looking good for moving in 2025. Maybe towards the end of 2025. But yeah, that again, this is you can move in a 5 year. I tell people don't do it. So in 2026, you might not want to move, but I'm not seeing it like this year, at least not right away. Anyway, it might be the end. So if it doesn't happen, wait till the end of the year. But I'm getting all these people. I'm getting the Maiden of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Maiden of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the High Priestess card. There is more female hormone energy floating around with this. It is just ridiculous. So this is the central focus card. It's the only yes. I got no, 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 no. This is the yes, the High Priestess, Major Arcana. So this is what to really focus on. I don't know why there's these people here. Maybe they're part of your family, part of the, something to do with the move. You're going to have to figure that out, how it relates to. But there is, if this was all guys, I'd be like, there's a shitload of testosterone. This is a shitload of estrogen all over the freaking place. It's on the walls. I mean, it's just nasty over here. Anyway, so, I don't know what's going on with that.
Technically, estrogen is not nasty.
It,
What the fuck? Yeah.
it is to me. Anyway, the high priestess says, and it's that two energy. Yeah. Oh yeah. So basically your year next year going into that personal year of two, Charlotte, literally high priestess card is, your card for next year. It's that energy.
Well, then I'm gonna give you estrogen cooties all year next year. So
It's
you
too
better
late. It's
you
too
better
late. The
get your
cooties are all
hazmat
the
get your
cooties are all
hazmat
over the
suit on.
place. Yeah, yeah, I was expecting a bunch of testosterone, from Dan, but he has so many chicks in his house that he's covered in estrogen too. Anyway, but high priestess energy. So what's going on with that, Krista, is you got to listen to your gut instincts. Your intuition is going to tell you when it's right to move. Okay, I'm not going to tell you don't move next year. I'm not going to even tell you to not move in 2026, even though I don't know. Anyway, um, it might be better to wait to 2026 because it's a 1 year. Great time for moving. January next year. Maybe that's why it's not showing up in the cards. So that's what I got. Okay, so what did you get for? Oh, wait, I got to translate. It was Rena. Now it's Alicia. What do you got for Alicia?
So I mean, the minute that question came up, I had the most resounding no. I mean, like I swear my house rattled with how resounding that was. It was like no, hell no, 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 no. Even if he tries, no.
No.
You know what I mean?
Are you
Um
getting this is a lot of no?
I mean, it was like and like I said, tonight is an incredible. The intuitive energy tonight for me is like, I mean, all nights are not like this. Trust me.
Well, you're going.
Uh,
Look how close we are to your 2 year. What did I say?
well, I know that's what I'm
Tuition.
saying.
So you're gonna
And
have a
so
great year reading next year.
I know it's kind of fun when it's like this. So I did pull a card for you, and it's called Winter's Dream, which is a gestation period. So it's basically saying, you've been asleep, uh, but now it's time to basically wake up and smell the coffee. And smelling the coffee is not letting Vivek back into your life. And uh and yeah. And I'm going to ask you to just because I think this is a very common thing. I'm not going to say we all do it, but when we get lonely, we tend to remember only the good things that happened in our relationships. We don't remember, the shoe throwing, the name calling, the sleeping on the couch, the crying our eyes out because of the mean things that were said or whatever. We're just like, oh, he was so wonderful. I wish he would come back. Blah blah blah. No, no, no. It's not gonna happen. It's not. And if it tries to happen, I urge you with all my heart to say no and again move
Yeah.
on because there's somebody bigger and better waiting for you. But you have to let that dude. You got to let that dude's energy out of your life before somebody else's energy can move in and join with yours and be a happier place.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that's not the answer you wanted. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even asked
Yeah. And
because nobody asked. They're not like I'm afraid somebody's gonna come back into my life. I might have to join the witness protection program. Nobody ever comes. Nobody ever asks us that question. Is so and so going to come back into our life because they're going to have to join the witness protection program if they do. They
yeah.
ask because that's what they want to happen. And
Okay.
yeah,
Last couple
that's
questions.
it.
I've got Linda's here about her unemployment. I already pulled cards. And then Drops of Jupiter came in and wants a message from the universe. You can do
Yay.
Drops of
I love those.
Jupiter's.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to mention in the chat, Maria had said, I was more wondering what I was what is going to be up for me in the future with love life. And see, that's a different question. And so I told her in chat, we only do one question per person per night. So if you want to ask about future love life or anything like that, do that this coming Thursday. We'll be back on Thursday, which, by the way, I guess I should mention that. First of all, I want to let everybody know that if you are a professional reader or going to become a professional reader, you get membership in the guild and your professional certification for over half off. It's just $99 right now. If you go to psychic.cafe/certif, what is it? Certified. I think I've got this written down. Certified 2025. Yeah, let me copy and paste that into the chat for anybody that wants to grab membership in the guild. And we also have the holiday sale still going on. So everything's half off. Membership, professional certification, my course, if you need a course, my readings, if you want to book a reading with me. Basically, this is what they come down to. Tarot Guild memberships normally $78 a year. It's $39 right now. If you're already a member, professional certification is $69. That's half off the normal $138. My course is normally $299. It's only $149.50 right now, and it includes the two above. It includes the membership and certification. So if you don't need a course, sign up with the ones above. Actually, do the certified 25 because it's even cheaper than 39 and 69. It's only 99. But if you need a course, enroll in my course. You get your membership and certification included. and you can book a session with me on there at $49.99. That's psychic.cafe/holidays. I'll put that in the chat too. And then also you can go to my page. I'll put that in psychic.cafe/Dax. You can get the holidays special price directly from my page if you want to book a reading. Okay, so did all that, and our next, let's see here, make sure I'm saying the right thing. So our next live show is going to be this Thursday, and it's going to be me and Charlotte, and it's the first show. Yay! First show of 2025, Charlotte. And then the next
The,
show is
the
is
first other hump day.
yep. And no show on Friday and Saturday. Sunday is the Angelic View. And then, of course, Charlotte and I will be back on that Monday, which is, what is that, the 6th? Yep. And what else did I want to tell people about? Oh, the coffee socials. So we do it twice a month. We're kind of we're doing a little experiment here. So the first coffee social is and you've heard this already, guys, that it's Sunday, January 12th, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. But the second one this time is actually going to be on Wednesday. We're going to try a Wednesday evening one. So we're going to have a Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, and we're going to do Wednesday, January 29th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for the second one this time. Okay. All righty. Just wanted to let everybody know about the next upcoming shows. Can't wait for January 2nd, first show of the year. First show of the year. Yes. So that question from, now I got to find it again because I just erased everything on my thing. Will my unemployment go through? Okay. I did my yes no spread. I got no, 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 yes. So it's heavily leaning no. The very first card, 5 of Cups, crying over spilt milk. The message here is if your unemployment doesn't come through, look up at the window. Even though 2 cups have spilt their contents and he's got his head in his hands, his arms, he's all upset, but he's not looking up here. There's 3 cups. So that plus I also got the 7 of Cups. That tells me that there's other opportunities. There's other, you can reapply, or there's other programs out there or something. Okay. And there's something, and the 7 of Swords showed up again, which, card of the day. Was one of the cards of the day. And again, this reflects back on what I said about, the Page of Wands and the 7 of Swords being together. Opportunities may appear too good to be true. There's something going on, or a hidden obstacle or something that I'm getting with this card showing up. So I just want to point that out, that if the unemployment doesn't come through, that's why. There's something going on and you need to check into that. But there's other opportunities out there. Okay, message for from the universe, 4 drops of Jupiter. And then we're done. We're getting out of here.
First of all, I always have to say this because Drops of Jupiter, it's like one of my favorite songs by Train. I mean, like every time I see that, or her name pops up, then I have that song in my head, which is great because I love that song. But this is her. She got 3 cards because I just kept being prompted to pull, just pull one more. So the first one I got was the spirit of the river, and it's the movement towards adventure. So basically, this is saying, you know, uh, now's the time to. And well, Dax talked about this earlier. Going with the flow. There are things that you think you're supposed to be, things that you think you're supposed to do, and that's how you're living your life. How you think you're supposed to live your life, and so you're hanging on to all those things. And so, to me, that that's like you're going down the river, but you keep grabbing onto branches to hold you back, and then you're not getting anywhere. And it's just saying, you know what? Let go of all that and just let yourself go with the river. Embrace the adventure, because the adventure is gonna be worth it. The second card that popped up was heart, home, and compassion. And it talks about, this is talking about loving yourself, and about, it's a really interesting card because it talks about, you know what, you don't have to forgive, you don't have to forgive anybody. You don't have to, because the only way that story even exists is in your brain. It's not, it just, it was a thing that happened, but it's past, it's over, it's done. The energy that's carrying it for, you're the one that's allowing that energy to carry it forward and continue to feel like you have to ask for forgiveness. But the fact is, you just need to just say, you know what, that happened, it's over with. Love yourself, move on, you know, hop right back into that river, keep on floating down. And then the next one, and I love this card. It gave me goosebumps, still giving me goosebumps, but it's saying, it's the vanishing mirror, and it's the ego sublimation. And it's saying, if you just looked in the mirror right now, you would see what you expect to see. But what if you were to squint your eyes a little bit? I don't know if you're old enough to remember those pictures, those dot
Oh
pictures where you
yeah.
kind of had to squint your eyes to see what really was the picture. That's kind of what I feel like this is saying, is like, if you squint your eyes and take away all the, this is what I'm supposed to be kind of deal, and let that part of the mirror open up, it opens up a whole new world and so many more possibilities for you. And I'm just getting a really great feeling about, and tonight, that I'm not all just about, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be great. My readings tonight have not been that way. If I think things are crap, I've said things are going to be crap. For you, this reading to me, I'm just like, the universe just wants you to know, given the opportunities, girl, you're gonna have some happy times coming. Gonna
Nice.
require just a little bit of work on your part, and that you have to let go of all the expectations that either you put on yourself or you've let other people put on yourself. But you're just, go hop in the river, love yourself, and just, as you're going down the river, watch all those new opportunities and exciting new adventures and opportunities come your way. That's what the universe wants you to know, drops of Jupiter. Thank you for letting me read for you, because I loved that those three cards came together in the story that they told. So I
Yep.
hope it helped.
Okay, so we're gonna get out of here. Happy New Year, everybody. We're gonna see you on
Yeah.
Thursday for the first show of the year. Very exciting. Yay. Hopefully 2025 is gonna be, and I wish that for everybody, that 2025 is better than 2024. but I don't know. I don't know. We need to talk a little bit about that on the next show with it being this 9 year and, letting go and the end of the cycle. Does it mean more than that? Does it mean the end of democracy? Anyway,
Yes.
we'll
Okay,
talk.
okay. I have one more really super, super fast thing. So this is something that I love to do, and I've mentioned it several times, but this is the perfect time to do it. I want to challenge all of our um all of our friends and people that come and join us to join me in a gratitude challenge starting January 1st, to list 5 things that you are grateful for each day. I've done this so many times, and you walk out of you leave this 30-day challenge feeling so much better than when you started it. But also, if you do it at the beginning of the day, it also sets your day off just right. But 5 things that you're grateful for. Try not to repeat, and
Uh
it can
huh.
be things. It can be you know what, you can be
Hot and
grateful for
cold running water.
a shoelace. You can be grateful for your shoelace. I mean,
I
there's
am
some
grateful
people.
for my shoelace.
Exactly. You can be grateful for anything. You can be grateful that your hair turned out great today, or you can be grateful for that you had a good night's sleep. Or anything, or that um somebody smiled at you, or
Dragon power. Dragon power.
the yeah, the possibilities are endless. So I'm gonna and if um if you want to do it, I'll have Dax help me set up um a thing on the web on our website,
We could just set up
on
a
our page.
pop-up group and run it, and then it can go away after that.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, and we can do that. And if you feel like sharing the things that you're grateful for in
Mm-hmm.
in that in in that space, you can, or you can keep things as private as you can. I personally recommend writing it down, the old fashioned way with a pen or a pencil and paper rather than on the computer or just thinking about it in your head, because I feel like it cements the gratitude a little bit more. And if you can try to do it with a true feeling of gratitude in your heart as you're doing it, also it will be more
Oh,
effective. So I'm challenging everybody starting January 1st, and I had to do it today because our next show will be after the 1st. So
exactly.
um,
Yeah.
we might
Eh,
not have our pop-up page set up um, by then, but that doesn't mean you can't start it.
Yeah.
So I'm starting
We can
mine.
we can set it up tomorrow. It's the 31st. It'll be ready to go. And then you can promote it
Awesome.
too. Yeah. Oh, I wanted
Awesome.
to remind
And
everybody, if you don't do anything else for 2025, join the website community. It's free. You just go over to
it,
Psychic Cafe and hit, register. Or if you want to be taken right to the thing, it's psychic.cafe/register. I put that link in the chat. Oh, Drops of Jupiter says thank you, Charlotte. Linda,
you're welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. Linda gave some feedback. I was denied and did an appeal. Thank you. Yeah, there, like I said, there's something. Maria was saying, and I do want to book a reading, but I don't know how to pay through something else than PayPal. Well, unfortunately, I no longer accept PayPal. I have like um gee, I don't know what's on here. I got Zelle, I got Cash App. You know, you can use the link on my page. Go to psychic.cafe/Dax. Click the book session now. Go to the holiday page. Here, I'll put that in for you. Holidays. It's psychic.cafe/holidays. Click the link. It's going to pop up. You take your credit card or your debit card, you type in the numbers, and you buy. That's all there is to it. Now, if by some strange circumstance, you don't have a debit card or a credit card, you know, take your equivalent of $50 USD in your, you know, currency there in Norway, and you just give it to a friend and have them go on with their credit card and just buy it for you. Give them the $50 and then they
Well, you
pay.
can also buy those cards and put money on them
Right.
too.
That was
Now,
going to be my very next thing, actually, Charlotte. I was going to say, or if that doesn't work, you go to the store, you buy a $50 credit card, temporary credit card thing. You give them the $50, they give you the credit card. You go on, you type those numbers in, boom. You don't have to use a PayPal account. There's a
yeah,
gazillion ways.
yeah.
I just don't use PayPal anymore, especially because she is in Norway, because uh the rates have just gotten crazy. Like 98% of my clients are here in the States, and I just go on Facebook Messenger, and it goes from their bank through their debit card through my debit card into my bank, and there's no fees at all. Same thing with Zelle and Cash App and everything like that. That often won't work for somebody in another country, so you have to use a credit card or debit card. But mostly I try to stay away from all the fees. And PayPal has the worst fees, especially if you are in a different country than the US. It's just ridiculous. And so I refuse to use them anymore. Anyway, we got to get out of here. But
That's
thanks,
a big
Charlotte.
deal.
This was great, and happy New Year, everybody. And for Dan and Michelle, our hearts go out to you. I'm not going to relate any information live on
No,
air. It's private, but yeah, they're having some things, and they're dealing with some things in the beginning of the year here. And you might see Michelle is gone for a while. So if and when, she gets back on air, she'll let you know. But send your thoughts and prayers their way, Dan and Michelle, from Michelle's Mystic Corner.
yeah, yeah. I love you. All my love.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye,
sharing our
Charlotte.
last show.
Yes,
This
thanks for coming to the last show. A lot of
was
people.
so much fun.
So much fun. Oh my God. Okay, I think we're out of there. Yay. Oh my God. I swear to